Hi, it's Anne Marie. I just wanted to connect and say hello and talk about this really exciting thing that I just launched. It is the Plus Wellness at the end of my business page now. It's obviously AM are my initials. Yoga is what I've been doing for the last 10 years, both as a student and a teacher. And now this wellness aspect that I just decided to launch, and it's really exciting. So it's a health coaching program that I have designed. It's really exciting for me because I've never been an advocate of wellness. I think it's like a trendy kind of buzzword that's around the ethers right now. But I basically became an advocate for wellness just because I needed wellness, really and truly. It's been this kind of new discovery of my own path of learning to navigate life with anxiety and depression and all the things that want to keep us away from living our best lives and being our best selves, really. And so this last year I decided to go to school at IAN, better known as the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and take on this course of health coaching. And the word coaching as well, I feel like, is interesting to me. I feel like the word coaching is very like, go team, but and almost like preachy in a way. But it's really just a guide, essentially. I feel like a guide of wellness, an opportunity to just sort of weave the concepts and philosophies of yoga and this whole health coaching sort of design work that I've been able to sort of mesh together. So it's really exciting for me. I hope it's exciting for you, but basically what it is and who it's for, it's virtually for anyone and everyone. I've already had a couple clients that I've taken on, which is really rad, who have, specific ailments that they, came to me about. There's certain issues happening physically that that they were confused about and didn't really know how to treat, and they've seen X amount of doctors and X amount of nutritionists, and they're still they were just still kind of confused about how to take control of their situation. Hence me. So I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a life coach, but I'm sort of somewhere in between. I've basically designed a few programs, really simple and effective programs for you to just take control of your life, really. You can look at, obviously nutrition is a big aspect of what we do. It's kind of the heart or the premise of the programs. However, it's not everything. I'm not one to tell you what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat. That's not my thing. Mostly because I never liked when people would try to tell me those things. Right? Like but at the same time, nutrition is a big aspect, and what we are eating does physically affect our bodies, and it does affect our mental health as well, which is where it became really interesting for me. So these programs are simple, and I'll get back into that in a little bit, but these programs are really simple. They're, just a way for you to hold yourself accountable and for me to kind of be your guide. I'm not going to hold you through your hand through each and every step of these programs. That's really not how I design these. I design them for you, specifically for you to just be more accountable of what you're doing and how you're doing it. So there's got to be like a lot of willingness coming out the gate. So I'm really excited. You can find more of that on my website. You can find more of that on Schedulicity, which I just created a profile on, and what those programs are. You can always message me. But a quick background of how I got into it was basically I was crippled with this, or I was I was bedridden for 3 weeks last year with this crippling anxiety and depression, and I didn't know that I was that stressed. I was always a person that thought I had it all under control, that I could do it all, right? And I did. I tried. And then the body just kind of responds and says, well, hey, you know what? No, this isn't working. And so when my body literally shut down and I couldn't keep food down, and it was a big effort for me to just go outside and, be at dinner even with anybody in any sort of social environments, and panic attacks would happen, I really had to look at the situation, the core of the situation, and say, what the hell is happening? So I talked to Western, I talked to doctors of Western medicine, I've talked to doctors of Eastern medicine, and I basically created a healing modality within those two kind of perspectives. So, things like Chinese herbs, acupuncture, qigong, breath work, yoga, all these things that for me got to the core of the situation. Instead of just putting a Band-Aid on top of a Band-Aid. Because, anxiety and depression are also buzzwords that are kind of going around, but I feel like it's not by accident. I feel like our culture is definitely waking up to these sort of unspoken, sort of taboo kind of like issues that we are experiencing as a culture. So that's a very tiny tidbit of my journey and how I was able to kind of come out of it. And while I was experiencing those healing modalities, I found IIN and decided, you know what, let me just experience this for myself. Very much how I decided to do a yoga teacher training back in 2008. I was like, I never had the intention of offering these services. I just really wanted to learn them. I really wanted to take them in for myself and see how I can apply it to my life and apply these sources of healing for me. And little did I know that I would actually use them as a platform for other people. So here we are, AM Yoga and Wellness. It's live and in effect. If you have questions, feel free to let me know. This is a tiny tidbit of what it all is, who it's for, which is virtually anybody. But if you have specific, ailments that you're experiencing, whether if it's mentally, physically, emotionally, reach out. I'm here, and we're doing it. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day or night or morning, wherever you are in the world. And we'll talk soon.